before using your first power pill. Use this exit tunnel to reappear at the top of the maze, and continue eating until the ghosts close in. Then consume the pill and nab this ghost. Thread your way down this S channel. When the ghosts close in again, eat the second power pill and go after as many of them as you can while clearing more of the center of the maze. Do the same with the third power.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Making sure you don't
it's time for the Pro Gamer stream.
the center of the screen.
Maximum PC gamer attitude. In this stream, let me just set it up for you real quick. In this stream, we are gonna blow money. We're gonna live on the forefront of tech. We're gonna have more than we need, and we're gonna enjoy it. I think I have to adjust the webcam a little bit. Sorry, let me check this. How you guys doing? Hopefully everything's fine. Oh yeah, I'm top. That's weird. I'll be up here. There we go. Ooh. Whoa! Careful now. Careful now. I wonder too, has there been a study on the most successful / aesthetically pleasing size or ratio of webcam to gameplay? Because I would like to know. I'd like to set my shit up by the math. So, yeah, I bought an RTX because I'm that asshole. I realized I was like, well, I can. Why shouldn't I? So now I got ray tracing, baby. Also, the big thing, I was honestly waiting for something for me to think it was worth it, and too small. I thought some people might say that. Mudbog and Redneck, thank you for gifting more subs. Why do you keep doing that? Why do you keep doing that? Thank you, but that is, yeah. See, Mudbog, and without all those gifts, you too could have ray tracing, maybe. So this is actually the first time it came in yesterday. How about that? How's that feel? I'll let you guys guide my hand here. It's like Ghost, except instead of pottery, it's clicking and dragging on a phone that's remote desktoping into a streaming PC. I told you this stream was about being a hard PC gamer, playing hard PC games, which, as I choose medium. So yeah, pretty sick. Ray tracing. It's actually phenomenal that I'm running this at 1440p. Over Twitch, it's getting dropped to 1080p. It seems bizarrely stuttery. Like, not in that it's dropping frames, because it is, but it seems like some frames are getting played out of order or something. It's weird. The version that I was playing before didn't do this. Let me try something really quick. I had to tinker with it to get the soundtrack to work and stuff like that. I'm going to turn off G-Sync. G-Sync seems to be... Like, when it works, it's great, but the hit-to-miss ratio is a little off. It seems like just using a traditional frame buffer seems much more reliable in RTX Worthless confirmed. No, the RTX was doing its work, for sure. When I played this before, I did it on my 1080, and it can run. It was like playable at 720, but I think it had video frame rates in like the field of view 75. What the fuck is that? Did they not hear that this was a PC stream? Oh, that's the other thing. I was using an older version of Quake 2 RTX, like back when it was just an executable. This is like distributed over Steam now. I did this because they added soundtrack support, which is the only reason I'm playing it, aside from the rays. But you can run this on a 1080. I was getting about 20 frames. Okay. No, it's still doing the stutter thing. That's interesting. Well, I won't sweat it. We're here for the rays. Ugh, that is actually really weird. Why are you doing that, computer? Ugh. That's something unique to the new version. Alright, you might just have to imagine the music. I'm gonna go back to the other version, see if it does that. No game audio? Oh, really? Like none? Okay, well thank you for letting me know. Did you get a new video card? I did. Yep, that would be it. Thank you for letting me know. Sorry about that. There, in fact, was game audio, but... See, this one's not stuttery at all. Weird. Well, you can just imagine the soundtrack. We'll just, Yeah, I don't get it. That's not good. Too loud? Yes, it probably is too loud. I went from playing a very quiet game, Mortal Kombat 11, to an extremely loud game, which is this one. This is from that era where all audio was just massively overblown. Okay. I'll take it down just a little bit more. Okay, that ought to be alright. Close to dropping 60 a month for 400 megabits per second internet because the default internet my apartment is so trash. Yeah, well, you can afford to get it. Internet's important. Oh. Oh! So many rays. Wow. It's funny, like... Huh. It's weird how there is just a look and an evenness to the lighting that even fake lighting can't really recreate. Oh yeah, you can have reflections of things that aren't on screen. What? I know, it's wild. Just like everything, the fact that you can see all the lights is a ray tracing at its finest. The reflection of the gun in the water. That's kind of sick. It's weird to think that, like, in Quake, water was just a carpet that you fell through, and that was pretty cool. It's just one thing at a time, bolting every little thing on until the game actually, like, is good enough. It's weird how you don't think about how you can't see that stuff. I guess that's why they added ships flying over it. You can see yourself. Blah! That's pretty cool. It is, man. You want to talk about diminishing returns in graphics, though. It's like, I remember when you first got a 3D card for your computer, it was like, fuck me, we are rolling now. And like, every upgrade since then got more expensive and was like, seemed like it was less of a jump. But still, the tech is awesome. Whoa! It's just weird to think, like, playing a game like Quake for the first time, going from that to being like, oh my god, the armor fragments cast their own shadows! Which is really fucking cool, and nothing that happens in a game. I was actually... It's like going from ST to HD? Yeah, that was intense. Like, your first 1080p game, or first HD game was really cool. I was just musing about this, though, it's like... It's kind of presumed that when you're playing a video game, there's sort of two layers to it. There's like the video game layer and then the layer of the game. But when you have graphics engines that can do stuff like cast shadows from health boxes and floating power-ups, when it uses the same lighting that it does for like photorealistic stuff, it starts to become this like weird video game reality. We can finally live in the gamer dimension, you guys. I don't know. It's weird. I think it's like after enough time, we all just sort of got okay with all the weird video gamey logic stuff that goes on. It's just kind of a given now. Yes, video game reality. I thought there was a shotgun on this stage somewhere. Whatever, that's not what I'm playing this for. I'm playing it for the hard pixels. Lighting is the holy grail, or lighting is the holy grail of graphics. Yeah. I mean, it is cool to think that. I guess it's technically path tracing, but the fact that there is an engine or a hardware that can do it real time in really any feasible capacity is extremely cool. So many flashes and blinks. I feel like ray tracing plus VR is going to be really cool. Yeah, but that's still an order of magnitude Like, because then you have to render a ray traced image twice in one frame, and it has to be a very high frame rate, so it might be a minute. But we're all in a simulation. Fuck right, we are. Are you gonna get a high score? Bleh. Let's see. Wouldn't that be a good catch line for like gamer energy drink? Get a high score in life. Oh. I swear to God, I'm supposed to have a shotgun by now. Yep. Whatever. Speed run. Give me that. Alright. And the, oh, I just realized the reason I really wanted to get this, or was finally convinced to get it, is that Control is coming out next week. Holy shit. Holy shit, you guys. I'm so excited. It's kinda weird, because every time a Remedy game would come out, I'd hype myself up so hard. So it almost feels like it's not real, because I haven't gone through that stretch of just being real wound up about it. Yeah, same for me. I'm going into Control completely blind, which I wonder about, because like if the trailers aren't getting watched and the social media is not getting interacted with, people may use that to not, or as in a reason to not market it or to stop marketing it. It's like, oh, no one's interested in this, but I hope that doesn't, like, I don't know. This doesn't really rest on my shoulders, I'm sure, but I wonder what impact that has on the success of a product if you choose not to consume shit about it. Yeah, super excited. I'm so chunked up. Wonder what kind of blending they're doing on the textures. Because it doesn't look... It might be the NVIDIA, like, super sampling thing. Because it actually doesn't look as shitty as, like, scaled up and interpolated textures usually look. It's like an actually nice, clean version of those assets. Hello. Hold on. The Strider? Hello. You were in chat a couple days ago, right? Or maybe a couple weeks ago at this point? Planning on seeing My Neighbor Totoro in the theater tomorrow? Man, that game's great. Like, there's a certain kind of melancholy happiness that certain, especially Japanese movies are really good at evoking. Now we're doing it. Chick chick. Oh, it's got little lights on the side. Eh. Yeah, why not? Just fucking throw lights on everything, man. It's ray tracing. It can be like Christmas in here. These interiors are kind of neat, since they're so reflective. Yeah, Meow Zedong, which is a great name. Thank you for that. Yes, this is Quake 2 RTX. That is not defined thusly. There is a... What's weird is, like, this is an awfully quiet version of the game. There is a... can't climb that? Alright. There is a version that supports the soundtrack, but it was running really stuttery for some reason. Didn't know why. I didn't even know if that was visible on the stream end of things, but boy did it make playing it. It just kept... It was like visual sandpaper. It sucked. So I went back to an older version that doesn't support the soundtrack. And here we are. Playing Quake 2 without the soundtrack, but... Amazing rays. Real gamer rays. Hard gaming rays. Alright. Yeah, it's weird, like the... I wonder if that's intentional. The really dark outlines here almost kind of looks like an overexposed photo or something like that. I wonder if that's a weird AI quirk. It may also just be the original texture was drawn that way. That's what it's got to work with. It is interesting how, like, just absolutely well lit everything is, and I think that was kind of the... I mean, look at this room. That's pretty cool. The way the light sort of... Look at this shadow on the wall. Holy shit! So, okay, that's actually fucking impressive. That's like... That really nice gradient shadow that kind of bends over this corner. You'd have to, like, draw that by hand nowadays, I think. Because it's so far away and hitting a pretty complicated texture. But yeah, one of the things that people had noticed / borderline complained about is that Quake 2 is extremely dark, if you just play it. And I know they were like really trying to show off their... Do I have to go down here? Really trying to show off their lighting engine. It's a kind of a Doom 3 thing. Alright. So that was kind of the idea, and I get it, but boy was it dark. So it's... I think maybe the point here is that you can just use global illumination to light your game. But boy does it just look... Oh, here we go, okay. Get some darkness now. Sort of. It's still very bright. Like you can... Even though it looks dark because it's blue, you can still see everything. It's still not as... The contrast isn't as high as, like, Doom 3. Or even Quake 2. It makes me think about, like... There's like a way... There's like an almost like a zeitgeist of how interiors or spaces are depicted and colored and drawn and stuff. Specifically, like, think about, like, in movies, TV, and commercials, think about what a kitchen looks like as it's depicted through time. Now, granted, this isn't like a... This is more just like things that I think about, but I feel like in the 90s, everything was very white and clean and very bright. 2000s was like very vibrant. 80s was very dim. Everything was very yellow and like cozy and warm. So I wonder if this is also just like a sign of the times. If we made Quake 2 now, it would not be nearly pitch black all the time. That's a cool explosion. The way the light sort of fuzzed around the room. It kind of illuminated him, not because he was in like line of sight of it, because it bounced off the wall. There's some things though I wonder, like keeping an eye for how light bounces off surfaces and stuff. That's what ray tracing is all about. But is anyone gonna notice any of that? I wonder. That may be just too far. Oh, shadowy corners? You mean like these here? Like there and there? Oh Jesus, the way the shadows bounce around the room is pretty sick though. Okay, yeah, being in a dark room really draws that out. Oh. Cool. God, to see it like hit the edge of that. Another cool thing ray tracing does, and this is like, I think this is what ambient occlusion kind of mimics, is how, like, the corners get excessively dark. Like, there's just almost like an outline around stuff, and light does that. At least that's my understanding. Like, in computer graphics, there's ways that lights bounce around a room, and just because of the shape of it, light beams tend to, like, bounce and dissipate in corners. So, like, corners and joints of walls and stuff are ever so darker than other things. Sometimes your eyes doesn't pick up on that, but ambient occlusion, yeah, uninvincible. Ambient occlusion is the computer version, and I don't know why it's called that. I'm sure it's a very literal term for how the algorithm works. But essentially it just finds corners and makes them darker. It just sprays black on them. And it works, kind of, because that's how most computer graphics are. It kind of works. I guess you have to jump up there before you blow something up. Oh no, you can get in here. I mean, that shadow is cool. That's neat. And like, this is casting a shadow? Neat. It's a very moody scene here. Come on. That's kind of cool. Is the symbol casting a shadow? Ooh, I should have checked. They have been. Like, game items have been casting shadows. So yeah, but like, is anyone gonna know? Is anyone gonna care? I wonder if it's the sort of thing where like, you don't have to know why it looks better. Your eyes are just like, yeah, I can... Like, I can't say why, but I'm actually really curious, because I feel like that's gonna make or break like NVIDIA put so many chips down on this being the feature of the future. I think a lot of post-processing type effects get used nowadays. It might get to toss once ray tracing is more performance. Yeah, I think you're right. And I wonder what the effect will actually be on that. I think if this becomes the yeah, he's like there's soft shadows all around him. That's kind of an ambient occlusion effect. I feel like the biggest difference is going to be, yeah, you won't just need to bolt all these things onto your frame after you've rendered it. But you will have to really rethink how you make all the assets for your game, because that's like should not have done that. I think there was something important down there. Oh, whatever. Because you made all of the assets under the assumption that they would go through all that post-process, and you make them so they look a certain way by the end of it. Oh, it's back this way. So when the process changes, I think you have to do a lot of changing to how you generate the assets, how you design geometry, how you texture it, how you light it. I mean, obviously how you light it. I don't think you can just say just turn up. There's a global illumination knob, and you just turn that until you can see everything. I do think it does open up a lot of artistic potential. I think there are certain things that, yeah, you had to, knobs you had to individually turn before that you don't have to anymore. So now you have more of a tool set. There's not a... If you can play with, new toys and they don't cost any time or processing power, then you can just go crazy with it. I mean, I am kind of hoping this results in just a fuckload of, almost like 3D movies. There will be an RTX sequence in a game, where it's just lights and sounds and lasers and shit flying everywhere. Just one of those really masturbatory sort of deals. Okay. Get this. How do you use environment suit? I did, I think. Okay, good. What? Why'd you do this? Why'd you do this to me? Oh, I guess I should have done it first. Or just not hit that button, I guess. Six-pack. Thanks for showing up. Welcome. Yeah, diary Christmas lights. Man, that'd be sick. I want that so bad. Professor Yuri? Are you actually gay? Don't mean to be rude. Is that copy pasta? Or am I just putting off that vibe? In either case, the answer is no. Pretty dang heterosexual. Just turned out that way. Turn on RTX. It is on. Let me, So here, let me toggle it for you, so you understand. This is RTX off. And this is RTX on. Well worth the 2,300 grand. That's, no, this card was expensive. It was $1,200. Thank God for credit cards. Oh! Oh! It's a weird thing. It's still the same game, though. But the, my persona, my life, my heart, nay, the people, demanded that I spend that much money on a video card so I could play Quake 2 again. Even though I just played it. Alright. Yeah, I did it for you. I did it for you. I did it for the Twitch mansion. Oh shit, oh! Hey! That's the other thing, it's like, hi! Look at the way the light is hitting this box. Fucking Quake still life. That's cool. That's some real pro gamer lighting right there. But it's it's such a non-thing. Then you run into it and you pick it up, and that's it. Maybe. I'm trying to think if there's a gameplay. A gameplay implication for something like ray tracing. Maybe puzzle games or... It'd be cool. It's like, it's not as intense as, like, 3D. It's like Mario 64 is a different kind of game. I don't know that, I mean, VR was kind of that, I guess. I don't know how much that's ever going to happen again. Ah! That's right, these fellers. RTX and racing games? Yeah! That's weird, RTX... Racing games, oh, that's a cool looking explosion. Neato. I wonder if that's all volumetric. Hey. Wow! Don't hit me! No! 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 I'm too rich! Can't do this. Don't you know I'm a professional streamer? There we go. Masmer Thunder, you have been noticed. This is what I'm here for, man. I'm here to shoot aliens and read usernames. Splinter Cell with RTX is just a stealth game. As just a stealth game? So, yeah. PGX Gamer. I guess the thing that I hope for the most is that now the artists, not necessarily the designers, but the artists can really play with some new stuff. So like a Splinter Cell with RTX, I'm imagining like a whole shitload of noir lighting, like Sam like crawling through shafts of light and stuff like that. That could be very cool. That could be very cool. I'd be super down for that. Because like Chaos Theory, I remember the level design and the lighting of that game had such a strong like light and dark aesthetic, and that sounds so dumb to say, but it was like, you kind of have to play it to kind of get it, I guess. But it definitely made you feel like there were like in the world of Chaos Theory, there was living in the light. There was all the bad guys like having their obvious dealings and stuff, and then you, Sam Fisher, were in another version of that reality where you saw everything but you didn't or very slightly interacted with it. And it really kind of enhanced that Metal Gear feeling of like you're moving through everything, you're not actually there. It's pretty cool. LA Noire with RTX would have been so good. Oh, for like skin? I don't know that RTX has much to do with skin. Or ray tracing, that for that matter. Because skin is more about the math involved with what happens to light when it hits a face, not whether or not it hits it. But I guess, yeah, no, I can see that. I think that just means that the light, like the light information coming into someone's face, would be much more accurate to the... Yeah, I can see that. Never mind, I can see that. Thank you for being the only Funhouse member to not become a Minecraft streamer. The jury's still out on that. I might. That sounds really, really fun. To hear the boys talk about their tales in Minecraftland. I mean, they have ray traced Minecraft. Anyway, I'm gonna play a different game for a little bit. I just wanted to crack the top on this one. I've already played this game, so or I have played it recently, so I don't need to play it again. Anyway, I'll be right back.